The slap echoed through the crowded school auditorium like a gunshot. For a moment, the entire room went silent. 200 pairs of eyes froze on the stage where Emily Carter stood, her cheek burning red, her heart pounding so loudly she swore everyone could hear it. She hadn't expected this. She had been called up to the stage during the morning assembly to receive an award for academic excellence. It was supposed to be her proudest moment. But instead, standing just a few feet away, was the last person she wanted to see. Lydia Barnes, the self-proclaimed queen of Ridgeway High, known for her cruel tongue and sharper hands. Emily had been invisible to most people her entire school life. She was the quiet one who sat in the back row, who ate lunch in the library, and who never caused trouble. But Lydia noticed her, not because she cared, but because she needed someone to target. And Emily, with her shy voice and modest clothes, seemed like the perfect punching bag. This morning, Lydia had decided to turn the assembly into a spectacle. As Emily reached for her award, Lydia stepped forward, her eyes glittering with malice. "Let's see if she can win this award," Lydia sneered, before her hand whipped across Emily's face. Gasps erupted across the auditorium. Some students laughed nervously, others stared in shock, but no one moved to help. Emily stood frozen. Every instinct told her to run, to hide, to disappear. But then, something inside her shifted. It was as if all the years of quiet endurance, all the insults swallowed, all the humiliation endured, had been compressed into one single moment of clarity. She slowly lifted her head, her eyes locked on Lydia's with a calm that made the bully's smirk falter. Emily's voice, though soft, carried across the entire room. "You just showed everyone exactly who you are," she said, her tone steady. "And you know what? I'm not ashamed anymore. But you should be." The crowd stirred. Whispers rippled through the students. Lydia opened her mouth, but for once, no words came out. Emily took her award, turned, and walked off the stage. Not rushing, not trembling, but with a quiet dignity that felt heavier than any slap. That moment could have been the end of it, but it wasn't. Later that day, videos of the incident began circulating on social media. By lunchtime, the clip had gone viral. Not because of the slap, but because of Emily's response. People were talking about her bravery, about the way she held her ground without stooping to Lydia's level. Messages poured in from students she didn't even know, thanking her for standing up in a way that didn't involve violence. But it wasn't easy. The days that followed were a test of her courage. Lydia's friends spread rumors, trying to paint Emily as attention-seeking. She had to face the awkward stares of teachers who weren't sure how to intervene. And she struggled with her own doubts. Had she done enough? Should she have fought back? Her biggest challenge, however, came when the principal called both girls into his office. He was ready to hand out equal punishments, claiming that both had caused a disruption. Emily could have stayed silent again. She could have taken the suspension just to avoid more conflict. But instead, she spoke up, calmly, clearly, and without anger. She explained what had happened, how long Lydia's bullying had been going on, and how it had affected not just her but others too afraid to speak. She named names, gave dates, and refused to be interrupted. By the time she finished, the principal sat in stunned silence. 2 days later, the school announced a new anti-bullying initiative. Lydia was suspended for a month and removed from her position as the student council president. Teachers received training on how to spot and address harassment, and students were encouraged to come forward without fear of retaliation. Emily didn't become suddenly popular, and she didn't pretend the experience hadn't hurt her. But something had changed, not just in the school, but inside her. She began tutoring younger students, especially those who struggled with confidence. She joined the debate club, using her voice in ways she never thought she could. And little by little, she stopped feeling like the invisible girl. Months later, a freshman girl approached her in the hallway. She looked nervous, clutching her books tightly. "I just wanted to say thank you. That day in the auditorium, I was scared too, but you made me think maybe I could stand up for myself someday." Emily smiled. "You don't have to wait for someday," she said gently. "You can start today." And in that moment, she knew the slap that had once burned her cheek had instead lit a fire that could never be put out. Because sometimes, the loudest fight isn't the one you win with your fists. It's the one you win with your voice.